Hi there, hello, Watagwan, as we say here in Jamaica. Michael McIntosh here again, a photographer from Jamaica, and I'm doing this other video, re two other pieces of equipment that I purchased and used, um, in the recent past, and I just want to again give just a brief comment again, as I did with the Sigma um, 17 to 50 lens. It's not a detailed review as others that are out there. So this video is not, again, it's not looking too much at the technical or specs of these equipment, but just again to give just my general feedback and opinion on them, having bought and used them recently. And so today I'm looking at two Godox products, the Godox V850 Mark II speedlight flash, and the Godox X1T or XI, I think it is, whichever, X1 or XI, I think it's an XI, T trigger for Nikon. As I said before, I use a Nikon camera. Now, just quickly again, why I chose to buy these two pieces of equipment. I had been using a third-party flash. I decided that I wasn't going to spend the hefty monies that Nikon flashes cost. As usual, I did my research in the first instance, and I found a flash then that could do what I wanted to be done, dedicated to Nikon everything. So at that time, when I just bought my Nikon camera, I purchased an Altura flash for Nikon, and I've had it for going over 2 years now. Served me wonderfully. No major issues. I bought two. One of them recently kind of started to have a little misfiring issue, but I have two. All right, and so they have served me well. They are wonderful flashes, but then I needed something more. I need to step up my game, because one of the drawbacks with that flash was that it didn't have high speed shutter sync. All right, HSS capability, so it would not fire at shutter speed beyond 3/20th of a second. And I wanted to step my game up to be able to, quote unquote, overpower the sun. In reality, you really can't do that, but quote unquote, you know what it means to be able to control the strong backlighting when you have to be shooting in bright sun, and there's that strong backlight. You want to be able to shoot at a fast shutter speed to be able to take down that strong backlight, while at the same time you want a flash that's powerful enough to be able to light your subject. And so the flash that I had couldn't do that, and I was shooting off camera flash and so on. So I needed to get an upgrade. I needed another flash system that would allow me to be able to shoot at high speed shutter sync, and yet still something that was powerful enough. So as usual, I always do my research. Look, I know about the Yongnuo and the newer flashes and so forth. At one point, I was even maybe considering to get a second-hand, one of the second-hand Nikon flashes. But then when I did my research, I found something that was getting good reviews. Matter of fact, it was a colleague of mine that mentioned the name Godox. I honestly didn't even know about Godox up to that point, and I did my research, and I said, well, I mean, hello, this flash is getting excellent reviews. It actually gets getting good reviews, even above the Yongnuo and so on. And so I said, you know what, I am going to get one of these flashes. Okay, and so I started to look at the different ones, And of course, you know, you have the 600, the Godox 600, the 860, and a couple others. All right. You have the one that is TTL. Now, I did not necessarily need a TTL flash. To be very frank with you, I am not a TTL photographer. I'm not a fan of TTL. Even although the flash that I have been using is fully dedicated and uses TTL, when I do use TTL, most times I don't like the result. I am from the old school, been in photography for well over 20 years, and so I am absolutely used to shooting fully manual, all camera settings manual, all flash settings manual. I don't have an issue with going full manual under all conditions. As I say, I tried TTL on a few occasions and I realized that it's not always accurate. It doesn't always give me the result that I want. So I always end up just going back to my manual. So for off camera, to step up my off camera work, I wanted a flash that had a good off camera system and that was powerful, could give me that push that I need, and had high speed shutter capability, HSS capability. So this is the guy that I ultimately decided on. As I said, I decided the TTL version of the Godox is more expensive, and so I said, you know, I am not going to put that camera on that flash on my camera. The Godox flashes are pretty big flashes. They are pretty heavy and sturdy, and I am really not interested in putting a heavy flash of this nature on top of my camera. I have had bad experience in the past with my very first digital camera, and see what that could do to your hot shoe. And so that's one of the reasons why I actually like the camera, the flash that I bought, the Altura. It's a mid-size flash. It's not too heavy. It's not too it's light either. It's a nice flash and it doesn't add too much weight to the hot shoe of the camera. So I was just interested in off camera, and so I looked at the V850, and one of the reasons to why I decided to go with the V850 is because guess what? Apart from being and having the capabilities that I wanted in terms of high speed shutter and the good powerful flash, the reviews show that, the guide number, everything shows that it's a pretty powerful flash, packs a good punch. But one of the things that was the deciding factor also for me to buying this flash was that it uses lithium ion battery, and so therefore it gives a quicker recycling time, and it pushes more power than using AA batteries. The other flash, TTL flash to this uses regular batteries. But when I saw this, I said, since I really don't need a TTL flash to work off camera, and this flash has a lithium ion battery which allows me faster recycling time and to be able to push harder at full or half power, and and the recycling time is pretty good on that. Then I said, yes, this looks like the baby that I want, and so I decided to go with the Godox V850 Mark II. And I must say that in terms of the performance, in terms of the reason why I bought it, it it performs well. It does the job very well. Okay, very powerful, very sturdy, and the capabilities are wonderful. The fact that this flash works both as a master and a slave, because it has built-in wireless system that allows it to communicate with a matter of fact, it will communicate with any of the Godox flashes that you buy. And so Godox has done an excellent job with that wireless capability within the flashes. Um, the fact that you can go in and you can have multiple settings. It has different groups, different channels. As you will see, it has the different groups there. Group A right through, about 5 groups, but depending on the camera that you're using, the system that you're using, it will go up to 3 groups, depending, as I say, on the system that you're using. For the Nikon, I can have up to 3 different groups, and of course it has up to 32 channels. Okay. But as I said, I'm not going too deep into the technical stuff. Other persons have videos with that, but just to mention that it has nice capabilities, very 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 flexible. So it allows me to, I bought 2 of them, so I can use the 2 of them, and I can have different settings, power settings on each of them. So I can have one as a main light and one as a fill light with different settings. But what allows me to be able to work off camera with the both of them is this little baby, the XT, okay, for Nikon. All right, this system, this triggering system, is again about a transmitter and a receiver, so it's a transceiver. Again, that is very very good that it works both ways. All right, and again they have it for Nikon. So this is a fully manual flash, but once you buy they have it for Nikon, they have it for Sony, and so on. So whatever camera you use, you can get this for the brand camera that you have that's dedicated. With this, you can get TTL settings if you're into TTL, if you feel a need for that. But from this, I can control my 2 Godox flashes. Okay, I can stay right at my camera using this and individually control the settings on the 2 Godox flashes, and that's beautiful. It means that I can change the settings without having to go to the flash, which was the problem. I mean, I used to use the 2 Altura flashes off camera. I had a trigger for them, but that trigger didn't allow that at all. So that was challenging. So now I don't have to do that. Once I set up these flashes, I'm shooting a wedding reception, and I can have, if it's a big reception, I can have the 2 flashes lighting 2 different areas of the reception, and I can just use this and set the power settings on the flashes individually. I can have one on quarter power and the other on half power, or whatever it is. I can do everything from this little guy here. Absolutely wonderful. It communicates very well, beautiful. I have no complaints so far where this is concerned. Once you buy it, I encourage you, read the manual. It helps. It helps. Please read the manual. It's important, okay, that you do read the manual so that you can understand it properly before you start using it. Okay, I have only one issue, and I'll quickly mention that because I don't want to make it too long. I have only one issue with this system, and I actually did my research and found out that it apparently is a bug in this system. I don't know if it has been fixed yet by Godox. I'm not sure, but or something is wrong somewhere, because in the manual it tells you that, oh, when this goes to sleep. And what I like about this too, well, if you want, you can set this to go to sleep if you don't want it to stay on for an extended period. This will go to sleep. Now it says that once you wake this up, right, which I have no problem, once I turn this on and it goes to sleep and I touch the camera, it wakes it up, but it's not impacting this any at all when it comes to the wake up. Everything else is precise, but this will not wake up. In fact, it has nothing to do with this It's just with the flash. The flash will not wake up unless you touch a button on the flash. If you use the sleep settings, and you can turn off the sleep setting, so you don't have to have it going to sleep if you don't want to. You just simply go into the function menu, and you can, there's a whole lot of stuff you can do in it. As I say, I'm not going into that. Other persons do that, but I'm just mentioning that what they say in the manual, where that is concerned, where it says that when it goes to sleep and you touch the trigger, you turn on the trigger, you press the test button on the top on the trigger, it is supposed to wake up this. It doesn't happen. So Godox need to deal with that. Something is wrong there, and a matter of fact, it's not only with this flash. I did a research, and other persons are complaining with the other flashes that it's not happening. So it is an issue. I am pretty sure that by now Godox must be aware of that problem. Okay, so I am hoping that they deal with that, because what is happening there, that you're putting out information about your product that is not actually in the product. So that was a disappointment, because I expected that feature to be there as it says in the manual. That's the only disappointment that I have with this product and with Godox so far. Okay, but outside of that, I am happy with it. I will be having fun with it, using it. I'm gonna work around that issue. I think for me, I think I'm going to just not use that sleep thing. I think what I'll just do is take it off, and when I'm shooting a wedding, if I am taking a break, I think I'm just gonna, and I don't want the battery to continue burning, I think I'll just switch off the flash, and then when I'm ready, I just switch it off back. But I don't think I'm going to be using that sleep thingy necessarily, because the fact that it doesn't come on automatically, then I think it defeats the whole purpose. So I don't think I'm going to be using that sleep function. So Godox, can you please sort that out, okay, with your flashes, because it is also found in the other flashes too for Godox. But outside of that, I'm a happy camper with both these Godox equipment. They work well, and I do recommend them absolutely. Okay, thanks again for watching.